I'm just going to prepare our technology, which is gone to sleep for a second, and then I'll be with you. I hope that you can hear this. Not sure how well this music might come across. I'm just going to light some more candles. Those who are here, can you hear the music well enough? Thank you, Kez. I always try and look intellectual. It's just the glasses. Thank you, Dina. Well, welcome everyone. Welcome to this service of Taize songs and reflection and readings from the Bible. Um, if you've had chance to download the service sheet from the website, then you'll be able to follow the chants. But if you haven't, please don't worry. The music is very simple and designed to be picked up very, very quickly. The words are very memorable and repetitive. My thanks to several people, to Mary for helping me with some images that I hope we're going to see later on, and for James in particular, who has recorded the piano Taize backing music for us to sing along to. Just to say a little bit about this series, Taize is that community in southern France that is particularly glad to welcome young people to stay with them. It's a monastic community, ecumenical and international, and they have a very strong style of worship, which together they call a prayer. So this whole service would be a prayer in Taize terms. And my prayer for you in following it is that you will get some of God's peace and you will be able to reflect on the readings and join with me in prayer for ourselves and for our world. As I said, Taize worship is characterized by these songs, which are very simple and repetitive and enable communities to join in and sing together. They're also characterized by silence, and there are silences in our service this evening. They won't be complete silences because I think I will play the music, and in the second of the two 5-minute silences, I will also play the music and will show some images of icons. Icons somehow associated in my mind with Taize services. I don't know why that is, but I've got this one here, which is one that was given to me. It's just called Christ. And icons have the great power and beauty of eyes that you seem to be looked at from by the figures in them. So we have some images. My technology is very clunky, and so at one stage I'm going to move the computer to be able to look at another computer, and hopefully that will work. I think that's all. Oh, one more thank you. I'm going to use a prayer from this book. It's called Praying with the Earth, a prayer book for peace by John Philip Newell, and it is full of very beautiful reflective prayers that I think we'll use as a closing prayer this evening. Play that music again, which is all the 4 songs that we'll be using in the service. So you'll get a chance to hear them played through again before we sing. And then we'll sing our first song, which is Jesus, Remember Me, and we'll sing that through 3 or 4 times. When it comes to the next silence, you might want to just make sure that you're sitting in as relaxed a position as possible with your feet firmly on the ground, perhaps your hands, palms upwards, and make sure that your neck and your shoulders are relaxed and that you feel that you can really enter into the silence and with a stillness in your body. Be aware of the breath and concentrate on that in those moments of silence. We're going to continue by singing the first of the pieces of music that were played there. Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom. James has allowed us to sing it 2 or 3 times through. It's Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom. Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom. Remember me when you come into your kingdom. Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom. Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom. Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom. Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom. Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom. Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom. Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom. That chant that began to play just then is the second of our songs, and that is, "O Lord, hear my prayer." When I call, answer me. O Lord, hear my prayer. O Lord, hear my prayer. Come and listen to me. And we'll sing that twice between each of these 3 readings. And the first of the readings is from the book of Lamentation, chapter 3. This and the Gospel are the 2 set readings for Sunday evening, which is when we planned originally to have this Taize service. The thought of my affliction and my homelessness is wormwood and gall. My soul continually thinks of it and is bowed down within me. But this I call to mind, and therefore I have hope. The steadfast love of the Lord never ceases. His mercies never come to an end. They are new every morning. Great is your faithfulness. The Lord is my portion, says my soul. Therefore I will hope in him. The Lord is good to those who wait for him, to the soul that seeks him. It is good that one should wait quietly for the salvation of the Lord. It is good for one to bear the yoke in youth, to sit alone in silence when the Lord has imposed it, to put one's mouth to the dust, there may yet be hope, to give one's cheek to the smiter and be filled with insults. For the Lord will not reject forever. Although he causes grief, he will have compassion, according to the abundance of his steadfast love. For he does not willingly afflict or grieve anyone. O Lord, hear my prayer. When I call, answer me. O Lord, hear my prayer. O Lord, hear my prayer. Come and listen to me. O Lord, hear my prayer. O Lord, hear my prayer. When I call, answer me. O Lord, hear my prayer. O Lord, hear my prayer. Come and listen to me. Our second reading is Psalm 61. Hear my cry, O God. Listen to my prayer. From the end of the earth I call to you when my heart is faint. Lead me to the rock that is higher than I, for you are my refuge, a strong tower against the enemy. Let me abide in your tent forever. Find refuge under the shelter of your wings. For you, O God, have heard my vows. You have given me the heritage of those who fear your name. Prolong the life of the king. May his years endure to all generations. May he be enthroned forever before God. Appoint steadfast love and faithfulness to watch over him. So I will always sing praises to your name as I pay my vows day after day. Lord, hear my prayer. Oh, Lord, hear my prayer. When I call, answer me. Oh, Lord, hear my prayer. Oh, Lord, hear my prayer. Come and listen to me. Oh, Lord, hear my prayer. Oh, Lord, hear my prayer. When I call, answer me. Oh, Lord, hear my prayer. Oh, Lord, hear my prayer. Come and listen to me. Our third reading is our Gospel reading from Matthew chapter 20, verse 17 onwards. This is after Jesus has turned his face to go to Jerusalem, and the disciples are trying to understand what he means when he says that he will be handed over to be crucified and be raised on the third day. We hear how the disciples try and understand that and how badly they fail. And then we hear how Jesus heals two blind men who are by the road as they leave Jericho. Perhaps that's the part of the gospel that you might try and reflect on in a silence that follows. While Jesus was going up to Jerusalem, he took the 12 disciples aside by themselves and said to them on the way, "See, we are going up to Jerusalem, and the Son of Man will be handed over to the chief priests and scribes, and they will condemn him to death. Then they will hand him over to the Gentiles to be mocked and flogged and crucified. And on the third day he will be raised." Then the mother of the sons of Zebedee came to him with her sons, and kneeling before him, she asked a favor of him. And he said to her, "What do you want?" She said to him, "Declare that these two sons of mine will sit, one at your right hand and one at your left hand, in your kingdom." But Jesus answered, "You do not know what you are asking. Are you able to drink the cup that I am about to drink?" They said to him, "We are able." He said to them, "You will indeed drink my cup, but to sit at my right hand and at my left, this is not mine to grant, but it is for those for whom it has been prepared by my Father." When the 10 heard it, they were angry with the two brothers. But Jesus called them to him and said, "You know that the rulers of the Gentiles lord it over them, and their great ones are tyrants over them. It will not be so among you. But whoever wishes to be great among you, you must be your servant. And whoever wishes to be first among you must be your slave, just as the Son of Man came not to be served, but to serve, and to give his life a ransom for many." As they were leaving Jericho, a large crowd followed him. There were 2 blind men sitting by the roadside. When they heard that Jesus was passing by, they shouted, "Lord, have mercy on us, Son of David." The crowd sternly ordered them to be quiet, but they shouted even more loudly, "Have mercy on us, Lord, Son of David." Jesus stood still and called them, saying, "What do you want me to do for you?" They said to him, "Lord, let our eyes be opened." Moved with compassion, Jesus touched their eyes. Immediately they regained their sight and followed him. Lord, hear my prayer. Oh, Lord, hear my prayer. When I call, answer me. Oh, Lord, hear my prayer. Oh, Lord, hear my prayer. Come and listen to me. Oh, Lord, hear my prayer. Oh, Lord, hear my prayer. When I call, answer me. Oh, Lord, hear my prayer. Oh, Lord, hear my prayer. Come and listen to me. When Jesus calls those 2 blind men to come to him, those who are so desperate to see him, to be healed by him, he asks them, "What do you want me to do for you?" Seems like a strange question. It must have been obvious, surely, what they wanted. But he asks them, "What do you want me to do for you?" As we hear the music again and perhaps look at the images, try and answer that question for yourself for this evening. What do you want Jesus to do for you? In our prayers this evening, the response to the bidding, Lord, hear us, is Lord, graciously hear us. Lord, hear us. Lord, graciously hear us. Loving God, we pray this night for our soul's rest. Amid all the anxiety and the stress, in the face of weariness or fear, displacing loneliness and isolation, may we know your peace in our hearts. Lord, hear us. Lord, graciously hear us. Loving God, we pray this night for our loved ones. Through these times either of close confinement or strict separation, we pray that those we love will know your deep and constant love for them. May it be for them, or become for them, a strong tower and a safe refuge. Lord, hear us. Lord, graciously hear us. Loving God, we pray this night for our neighbours' well-being and health. May those we live near be kept well and safe. Where we can help them, give us grace and wisdom to know how to help, even if it may just be a friendly word across the garden fence or a smile and wave from across the road. May our neighbours be safe and stay healthy. Lord, in your mercy, Lord, graciously hear us. Loving God, we pray this night for our National Health Service. As we learn of doctors and others who have contracted coronavirus in the course of their work, as we hear that some have died, we give thanks for their courageous and generous sacrifices. We pray for their families grieving at this time. And we pray for all nurses and hospital staff, porters, cleaners, doctors, clinicians of all kinds, managers and administrators. May they have strength to manage their long hours and resources to keep them safe in their work. And may their rest be truly restorative this night and every night. Lord, hear us. Lord, graciously hear us. Loving God, we pray this night for our nation, for its unity and purpose. As we experience life at a very different pace, as we experience rapidly changed social codes and a new sense of our shared priorities, we pray for all those on whom we depend, all the key workers, the supermarket staff, the teachers, the care workers and social workers, all those who run our emergency services and our utilities, and our political leaders at all levels making difficult decisions. May we take the best of our new way of living and build upon it for our common good, and especially to empower and protect the poorest and most vulnerable. Lord, hear us. Lord, graciously hear us. Loving God, we pray this night for our world, your world, in all places where coronavirus has taken hold. We pray for wise counsel and swift action to prevent its spread. We pray for special care for the most vulnerable. We pray for those countries without the resources or the health infrastructure to provide life-saving care. May we as an international community respond generously and urgently to their need. I pray especially for all those trapped in refugee camps, especially in Idlib, Syria, and in the surrounding nations. May your love encircling the world bring peace where there is division. May your love drive out fear. And may we know your saving power at the dawning of each new day. Lord, hear us. Lord, graciously hear us. In a moment of quiet, we pray for those on our own hearts, perhaps those in nursing homes that we can't visit, or members of our families far away. We pray for them now. Lord, hear us. Lord, graciously hear us. Standing at the foot of the cross, we join our prayers with the whole church as we say together the Lord's Prayer. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. Our closing prayers. As light gives way to darkness, and the busyness of day concedes to night's stillness, as conscious thought surrenders to dreams and our bodies long for rest we pause to listen for the beat of your presence in all things, pulsing in the light of distant galaxies, sounding in the depths of our soul, vibrating in each vein of Earth's body. One sound as vast as the universe, one universe filled with your presence, one life within every life. In the darkness of night, in the stillness that surrounds us, in the unknown depths of our being, we pause to listen. A prayer of blessing. In sleep may we be made new this night. In sleep may we let go of today and release the worries of tomorrow. In sleep may we know you as soul within our soul, as guide within our dreams, as lover within our longings. In sleep may we be one with you, one with earth's darkness, one with heaven's shining, one with each creature dying, one with each newborn breath. In sleep may we be one with you and one with all. Amen. Our final two songs, Wait for the Lord and finally, Bless the Lord, my soul. Wait for the Lord, whose day is near. Wait for the Lord, keep watch, take heart. Wait for the Lord, whose day is near. Wait for the Lord, keep watch, take heart. Wait for the Lord, whose day is near. Wait for the Lord, keep watch, take heart. Wait for the Lord, whose day is near. Wait for the Lord, keep watch, take heart. Wait for the Lord, keep watch, take near. Wait for the Lord, keep watch, take heart. Wait for the Lord, his day is near. Wait for the Lord, keep watch, take heart. Wait for the Lord, keep watch, day is near. Wait for the Lord, keep watch, take heart. whose day is near. Wait for the Lord, keep watch, take heart. Wait for the Lord, whose day is near. Wait for the Lord, keep watch, take heart. Wait for the Lord, whose day is near. Wait for the Lord, keep watch, take heart. Wait for the Lord, whose day is near. Wait for the Lord, keep watch, take heart. Bless the Lord, my soul, and bless God's holy name. Bless the Lord, my soul, who leads me into life. Bless the Lord, my soul, and bless God's holy name. Bless the Lord, my soul, and leads me into life. Bless the Lord, my soul, and bless God's holy name. Bless the Lord, my soul, who leads me into life. Bless the Lord, my soul, and bless God's holy name. Bless the Lord, my soul, who leads me into life. Bless the Lord, my soul, and bless God's holy name. Bless the Lord, my soul, into life. Bless the Lord, my soul. Bless God's holy. Bless God's holy name. Bless the Lord, my soul, who leads me into life. Bless the Lord, my soul, and bless God's holy name. Bless the Lord, my soul, who leads me into life. Bless the Lord, my soul, bless God's holy name. Bless the Lord, my soul, leads me into life. Bless God's holy